So this hand started out six-handed. Mariano here opened in the cutoff. So Mariano is typically just cover everyone, sitting very deep. He opened in the cutoff. I have 9-8 of spade on the button. Typically, how I approach a spot is I would be looking at the players who's opening the hand, my position, and also the players in the blinds. I have the ultimate position having the button, so that incentivizes me usually to be flatting more, trying to keep my positional advantage and keep the pots as small as possible, especially when there's recreational players. My hand is can flop well, can doing well navigating post flop. I don't really want to isolate Mariano, the beast he is. He's very good cash game, deep stack cash game players, and this is why I flat this hand. I think if theory wise, they use quite aggressive through betting strategy in this exact setup. I think calling is just fine. DJ Washburn got a good price in the big blind and calling with King Jack off as well. We went to the flop three ways. Queen 10-6. Rainbow flop, no spade from my hand. I have a very disguised double belly buster, double gut shots, a 7 or a jack will give me a straight. The pot is 700. Mariano's c-bet $300. My hand has potential to make the nuts with a 7. However, it doesn't have the backdoor flush draw. With hands like this, I prefer to flat. I probably raising more with hands that are like more gut shots, backdoor flush draw type of hand to start taking the aggressions. But in this spot, my hand is just a really nice flatting hand and be able to play a lot of turn cards. I can bluff on certain run out. I decided to call and Washburn call as well with the open ender. Turn come a beautiful 7 of clubs. Bring the backdoor flush draw, but no one have clubs. They both check to me. I think Mariano check is very good. Has a hand that is most likely to be good. It's tough to get a lot of value from worse hands. His hand doesn't do very well versus check raise, so he liked it to check. I have an obvious bet here. Because of the action on the flop, there's still a lot of hands that will give me good value, so I size up to 1200, especially with the present of the backdoor flush draw. And DJ Washburn make a call with the open ender. Then Mariano have a pretty tough spot with King Queen, facing a bet and a call, but his hand still could be good a fair amount of time. No one was raising him on the flop, so two pairs are less likely and sets are less likely. So like he probably doesn't think anyone have Queen 10 or 6-6 in this spot on the turn. With the Queen of Clubs in his hand and also the King, it served as a pretty good combo for future bluff. I think if he's flatting here, he's not just saying that he has a hand that he would just be calling down with, but he has some other plans on certain run out. So he's able to make up for some of that value loss. For some people who don't know how to play this spot on the turn, could be losing value on and not going for those future bluff possibilities. River roll off ace of diamonds, so this is interesting card. They both check to me, however. I haven't played a lot with Chris, so I don't really know how he how he plays, but he does talk a lot during a hand. This is part where a lot of the people who watched his hands was saying that maybe DJ Washburn was talking too much during the hands, like give away something, but he was talking like this the whole sessions, when whether he has it or he doesn't. He's actually pretty good at it. He was able to make opponents fold when he needed to and get them call when he wants him to. So that was pretty impressive to watch. And this hand, he's also talked quite a bit, on the flop, on the turn, on the river. I don't think none of that really like affected my decisions. I just looking at what type of hand that he would get to this spot with. And when they check, I have 17K left in my stack and the pot was 5.2K. I was pondering my sizing here. I was trying to make sure I target the right part of the range that would interact with this river. And Washburn most likely to have draws because a lot of good hands will be raising the turn, facing my bet. A lot of his draws is going to call nothing. Like if I bet small, he's still folding. If I bet big, he's still folding. But if he has actually have values, maybe he river two pairs, like maybe have ace 10 or ace something with flush draw, that like ace 6 of clubs, for example, then he would probably call a big bet And so I size up here with the intention to get value from two pair hands. Mariano can still have some strong hand as well, like ace queen, ace 10 himself, and ace 10 less likely, but ace queen is very big part of his range. So I want to bet the size that if anyone like check raise, Chris check raise, I was planning to fold. So that's why I took a bit of time on the turn for kind of, knowing what I'm going to do next, facing different actions. And if Mariano check raise, I have a little bit more difficult, decision, as Mariano would have, more bluffs in his range sometimes. Like I said, like he would play hands like king queen like this with a club and be able to make some plays on certain run out. So I don't know. Actually, I was talking to him after. I don't know what I would do if he checked jam on me. I think I would have to, call with this combo. But with Chris, this check raise huge is very, very strong. First of all, he check raised my overbet, and second of all, Mariano's still in the hand. So Mariano still could also have King Jack. And Chris was having a very good session, by the way. He started, I think, with 10K and he ran it up to almost like 40K. He has a good night so far. And I didn't think he would like putting a huge bluff here in this exact spot. And yeah, Mariano make a quick fold and I just basically snap folded. I was kind of made up my mind on a turn, choosing that size. And I didn't think that DJ Washburn would be bluffing with any hand. And I don't think he has a hand that is the same as me either, because that hand would be raising the turn with the backdoor flush draw present. Yeah, just put him squarely on King Jack and just, happily, fold it, snap fold it basically. So I kind of got the immediate like confirmation too once he looks pretty disappointed, and I was like, hey, you have it? And he was like, yeah, I have it. And he's like, yeah, the loneliest hand, King Jack off. So